The search and rescue program of the Canadian Coast Guard, its mission statement is to save lives at risk in the marine environment. It's really rewarding being able to bring people along to accomplish that.
So far it's been awesome, and lots of great times out on the water, cool stuff we're learning in class too.
We're going to find each individual's strengths and weaknesses are, so we can help pair them up into crews of 3.
We're about to get our assignments for our stations where we're going to be living this summer.
The second years, we know what crew we're on, but the first years know nothing.
In this sector of the Atlantic region, we have 6 stations, 3 in Nova Scotia, Pictou here in Halifax, Mahone Bay. We have 2 in New Brunswick, St. John River, and Shediac. And we have 1 station in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island.
I've been shaking in my boots all morning about it, excited to see where I'm going to end up and who I end up with.
All right, so Halifax IRB North, we have Sam, Nick, and Jacob. Mahone Bay IRB North, Maddie Walker, Aaron, and Paul.
Today we just got our cruise, so we finally found out where we'll be stationed for the summer.
Anna, Jack, and Mackenzie.
We've had our locations assigned to us.
It's a really great time right now as we've assigned them to their crews.
We need to maximize our time on the water this morning, so just grab your stuff and go.
We're looking to make sure that they can work well together as a team and accomplish the tasks that they need to accomplish as a rescue station.
Today we were assigned our crews for the year. I'm going to be working under Andrew here for the summer at the Charlottetown Canadian Coast Guard base. Today we've just been reviewing a lot of the skills that we've been practicing for the past 2 weeks. It's just been towing, it's been beaching.
We've gone through many trials and tribulations, but most of all, we've seen them progress.
I'm super excited to improve my boating abilities and get more hands-on experience with helping people in distress.
Great times out on the water, learning lots, and feeling a lot more confident than I walked in. Oh, it feels like an honor. At the same time, it is a little intimidating because you never really know what you're going to end up with or what kind of call you're going to get, when you're going to get that. But it's definitely exciting.
I was pretty surprised with how comfortable I am with boating. It was really awesome to see that drastic improvement.
When people are having that bad day on the water, it's really nice to know that we have the crews and the ability to help those people out.
When we go home at the end of the day after having helped someone or brought someone home to their family, it's obviously very rewarding. But it's a good feeling having those people, both the people you've helped and the people who have had loved ones return to them, being grateful. It's certainly a good feeling.
So if someone's looking to apply to this program, I think go for it. Get some experience on the water, get your radio operator certificate, and come down, and we'd love to have you.
So this is gut check time. We're testing our crews in really challenging situations this week.
Proceed to sheer water. Take a look for that vessel description.
I think I got one.